Wait, shh. On this episode, you're going to learn everything you need to know about Little Women. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to the Arts Fam Podcast.
The only show of its kind that spotlights the arts and entertainment scene in Southern Maryland.
We're your hosts, Lindsay Pomerank and James Lepore.
We are. I looked it up. We really are. It's true.
Every week we bring you a list of all the fun things you can do this week in Southern Maryland. As you're always saying, James.
If money doesn't grow on trees, why do banks have branches? Okay. And I also say, there is more to do here in Southern Maryland than you have time to do, for real.
That's absolutely true. Speaking of, let's get started.
Okay.
Coming up on February 16th at Chopticon High School, we have the Fool of Illusions, Reggie Rice, who we interviewed last week.
I was going to say, I think I've heard of him. Yeah.
And he's doing his wonderful benefit show.
One night only. Don't sleep on this.
So be there or be square.
Yeah, Friday, February 16th, up in Chesapeake Beach at the Northeast Community Center. They are having, you ready for this?
Okay.
An indoor snowball fight.
What?
It's for ages 4 to 14. It's
Okay.
4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And Lindsay, I tried looking it up, and I cannot find out any details as to what kind of snowballs. Are they fake? Are they real? Is it cold? Is it not? I have no idea.
Honestly, I kind of just want to take my 6-year-old
Yep.
so I can find out. Next, we have the annual invitational show at the North End Gallery, and that's in Leonardtown. It says the combination of one or more of art materials creates non-traditional and unique artworks. Some artists voice their worldviews, while others always impress the viewer with their independent style and artistic personality.
That sounds fancy.
Next, on Saturday, February 17th from 2 to 5 p.m., at Corto Vineyards, they're doing a Valentine's Saturday.
Oh.
Which I think is great because a lot of people aren't able to celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's a Wednesday this year.
Well.
Right. So to have a Saturday that you can go to a winery, and it says that they're going to have Grizzly Mountain Grill. It's going to be their...
That's good food.
Mm-hmm. Live music. And then, obviously, their delicious dry wines.
Yep.
Most
Okay.
definitely.
I am so excited to tell you about this next one. This is something that you and we have to go and do this, okay? Monday, February 19th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Calvert Marine Museum is the Universal Coprolite Day Celebration.
What's a coprolite?
Oh, I was hoping you would ask, Lindsay. It's the third annual celebration of, drum roll please, fossilized poop, otherwise known as coprolites. Now, there's going to be stations featuring fossilized feces and the stories they tell that will be dispersed through the galleries. The event will also feature coprolites in the making. Modern feces, some with a twist, and a new scats and track activity. That's Calvert Marine Museum. Hey, listen, you gotta go. We have to go. Like, look for us down there. We'll be making some coprolites.
I'd take my 6-year-old just because he loves dinosaurs, and he's in his everything about poop is funny face.
Okay. Oh, this is the funnest show on TV, isn't it? Okay, your turn.
Okay.
I'm crying.
Okay. Next, we have Babes, Bows, and Dynamic Duos, a partner yoga event.
Oh.
And that's at Evolve Yoga and Wellness on Saturday, February 17th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:45 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it is a partner yoga, which, I love. Partner yoga, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
It says you and your partner will embark on a journey of connection and balance as this unique experience is designed to deepen your bond through synchronized movements, mutual support, and shared energy.
It sounds lovely.
Yeah, like very just great for a couple or even besties.
Yeah. What town is that in?
That is in California.
Or podcast co-hosts. You never know. Well, I'll be
Sure would
too
be
busy
interesting.
that day making coprolites. So. Okay, Saturday, February 17th at 6:30 p.m. at the Rex, Leonardtown. There's going to be live original music. There's going to be a full headline set from the Witch Kings of Southern Maryland, Mal Dyer. And one of my closest friends, DJ, is in that band. And, of course, it's named after the famous Leonardtown witch, Mal Dyer. Okay. Also featuring Deadbeat Holiday and Ammonite. So it's going to be a great show. Don't miss it.
Did you say original songs?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, we have lots of cover bands, but original music right from Southern Maryland?
Yep.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, they're quite an act to see. February 15th to the 18th, Alice by Heart, which is a play, performed at Northern High School in Owings. And that is a gorgeous musical based on the classic tale by Lewis Carroll. It was a brand new show that was in workshops in 2020, and the authors decided to release it for a limited time to groups before taking it to Broadway. So
go see it.
yeah, and then the next thing you know, it's going to be on Broadway, and people will say, you can say, hey, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Next, in the theater realm, we have A Night on Broadway, A Journey Through Love, and that's at your home theater, the Newtown Players.
Yup.
And that's
until the 18th.
Yeah, that is a musical review with loved theme songs. It's going to take you through falling in love, heartbreak, all the things in between. And they do that every year, different theme for A Night on Broadway, and it's always so much fun.
Oh, and the music is fabulous.
Yes.
The pit is always terrific. You know what else I noticed? It also brings in a lot of new people to the theater that you've never seen before.
Yes, it does. And every year I find myself going, okay, let me find the new ones, the new actors to fall in love with.
Right.
That I can start fangirling over for the coming season. So get out there, go do it.
Go to a chili cook-off. How'd you like to do that? Sunday, February 18th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. At Cobb Island. Come see who has the best chili in the community. Taste testing, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And vote for your favorite. Winner will be announced at 5:30 p.m. It's only $8 a person.
Okay.
Get you a sampling of all entrants and a bowl of your favorite.
Oh.
That's cool. You like choose a bunch and say, I want a full bowl of that one.
That is a cheap meal.
Yup. Chili fix-ins, cornbread, and drinks also included, right?
Finally, on my end of things, on February 15th from 4 to 8 p.m., there is Ladies and Lead, and that is at Flat Broke Shooters, LLC in Lexington Park. And it says, ladies, learn to shoot. If you've never shot a gun before, or if you want to learn the basics of firearm safety, storage, and handling, then this is the course for you.
Cool.
And it's taught by an all-female instructor staff, and it's designed for women and girls ages 11 and up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, way to arm women so that we can protect ourselves, because this world gets crazy.
Yep.
And it's better be safe than sorry.
I agree.
So I think that is, go do it, empower yourself.
Very cool. Look them up. Go to that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Now, finally, February 16th, down at St. Mary's College in St. Mary's City, there's the King's Singers. Now, have you ever heard of them?
Mm-mm.
Okay, they're a British a cappella vocal ensemble. They were founded in 1968. And they're named after King's College in Cambridge, England, right? It makes sense. Their popularity peaked in the 1970s. That's when my popularity peaked too. And early 1980s. After that, they started getting a wider American audience, appearing frequently on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Nowadays, they travel worldwide for their performances, doing about 125 concerts a year, mostly in Europe, the U.S., and Eastern Asia. Their latest album is titled The Library Volume 4 and was released in June 2022.
Awesome. All right, so coming up, we have our special guest here.
Our theater spotlight.
Yes, for one of our most favorite local theaters, the New Direction Community Theater.
Are they doing Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Oh my, James.
What?
We're in Southern Maryland.
Oh, that's right. It's against the law here. No, they're doing something classy.
They're doing Little Women. We're going to sit down with Ms. Didi Olney, the director.
She'll know all the answers.
Pick her brain, find out what we can expect from their upcoming show.
Okay, sounds great. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Yes, we are.
We are here with Didi Olney, the director of New Direction Community Theater's newest production of Little Women. Hi, Didi.
Hey, Lindsay.
Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
I mean, you're just
So
a couple of
excited.
weeks out, right? So I know you probably
Yes.
got a million things to do to get the show ready, and we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your inviting us here. It's a great opportunity to get the word out. We open in 2 weeks from today.
Oh, wow.
What's the date on that?
So Friday, Saturday evening, 7 p.m., starting on the 23rd, going for 2 weeks, and then Sunday,
Mhm.
the 25th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
So don't sleep on that, okay?
Yeah,
You want to
no.
get your tickets now. And
Most
and
definitely.
Yep.
I mean, we love New Direction shows.
Oh my God, yes.
It's really-
They're so grounded and authentic in a way that no other theater in Southern Maryland quite is. And it feels like a bunch of high school theater kids just playing and having fun. And then by proxy, you as the audience member, you feel that joy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I've always loved going to a production.
What made New Direction decide on Little Women?
We've been talking to some of the kids from our kids shows. Sherry directs kids performance every year.
Mhm.
And so we've had kids who've been working with our theater for, 10 plus years, right?
Yeah.
Since they were real small.
And now they're Little Women.
Now
Yeah.
they're teenagers, and they were interested in doing something a little bit more mature, a little bit more, thought-provoking, that sort of thing. They had approached us with the idea of doing a older teen-focused show.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, well, give us some ideas. What shows would you guys like to do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They got a group together, and they went off, and they came back with a couple of different options, one of which was Little Women. That's what we decided as a board to do. It's a great show, and it's a mixed cast show. We actually have the youngest person in our cast is 13,
Mm.
Wow.
and gosh, I won't even try to speculate how old Frank is.
I was wondering how you were going to handle that. So.
But no, it's a wide-ranging age of cast, and you'd think it would be difficult bringing actors of so many different ages together, but everybody mixes really well.
Oh, that's
And it's a pretty
It's become a family.
serious show, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it deals with the March family over a period of 4 years.
Okay.
At the beginning of the show, you have the daughters sitting there. The father has gone off to war to preach, actually, in the Civil War. So it's set
Okay.
during the course of the Civil
Okay.
War. They are left home with their mother and their aunt to take care of themselves and take care of each other. The first two acts are pretty much in the same time period, within a couple of weeks of each other.
Mhm.
And then Act 3, it's actually a 3-act show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
you're right. Act 3 happens 4 years later. Now you've got the girls are now more mature. They've grown up. So one of the things we had to really pay attention to when we were casting was people who could portray teenagers
Mhm.
and then also young adults.
Yeah.
And within the course of, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, question, because
Yeah.
the last time you guys did a 3-act show, I think it was Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf several years ago, in 2019. You guys did 2 intermissions because it was a 3-act. Are you guys going to stick with that?
Yes, we're still
Okay.
planning on doing 2 intermissions.
Okay, good. Because I hate it when you have a show that has 3 acts and they don't still give you 1 intermission. I'm like, what? No. There are multiple, they are labeled acts for a reason.
Right.
Lindsay,
give us
next
an
time that
intermission.
happens, buy 2 packs of M&Ms. It's just so simple. I don't know.
I hadn't thought of that, James.
How were auditions? And
It actually went pretty well. We had a lot of interest. Unfortunately, I had to turn away a lot of people.
Oh.
Well,
It always breaks my heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some people who had their heart set on performing, and I wish we could have had everybody in it, but it's just, it's just not possible.
No,
but it says a lot for you that many people come out who
Yeah.
want to be in
Yeah.
a New Direction show.
Yeah.
Right, and they were so wonderful, and the cast that we selected, especially the kids, I was really impressed with their ability to take direction
Mhm.
during the course of auditions, because that's one of the things that I like to do, right?
Yeah.
Is go, okay, so read this 2 pages of the script and put your spin on it. Read through it, spend a couple of minutes reading the dialogue, getting yourself familiarized with it. Okay, now you do it. And then, okay, now I want you to try it this way. Try emphasizing this, or try, what if you were feeling this way? How would you do that? And how would you change it up?
Yeah.
They really brought a lot of interesting characterization to the
Yeah.
reading. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Now, the complex relationships that exist
Mhm.
between sisters, Did you have to cultivate that from the actors
I
in some way?
did, actually. We have a lot of single children, you know, people who don't have siblings in our cast. So we spent a lot of time talking about families. I have 2 sisters, so of course, you know, I brought my own stories to the show. In the grand scheme of things, you may fight like cats and dogs, you may be jealous of each other at times, but in the end, you love each other. So at the core, there is always that loving relationship, and that's what I really want to bring out in the show. Is there are 2 characters who, Jo, who, like I said, is pretty much the lead. I mean, she is the author, right?
Yeah.
The show is about her and her family. And then her younger sister, Amy, there's a bit of a rivalry there. There is some jealousy. You get to see that in the play, but in the end, when it really matters, they all come together.
Cool.
It's beautiful. I love watching that come out. I love watching the facial expressions on all of the actors as they go through the emotions and they bring it to life. We spend a lot of time talking character and how do these people feel and how do they interact with each other.
Would you say that this is a heavy drama, or are there sad parts?
There are sad parts. I think everything has both drama and comedy in it, right? And what I look for in a show that I direct are those highs and lows, those peaks and those valleys, those moments of pure joy, those moments of sadness, those moments of anger that kind of take you through the gamut of human emotion. And I really love taking the audience on that journey with us, which is the beautiful thing about our space too, right? It's so small and intimate. You're like as close as we are right now from the audience to the cast. You get to see all the beautiful facial expressions. You get to really feel like you're part of the show.
Can you share any specific directorial or creative choices you made for this production?
Oh, gosh, without giving anything away.
Don't get too much. Like a little, enough
Spoiler
to
warning.
make us excited to go see it.
So I think a lot of people are probably familiar with the basic story. You've got the 4 daughters. Like I said before, the father has gone off to war. He gets sick. And Marmee, the mother, they call her their mother Marmee instead of mother.
Don't we all?
Marmee. If my kid ever called me Marmee, get out. Go. I'm offended right now.
One of my favorite, actually, and may not be noticeable to anybody but me, is the power play between Aunt March and Marmee. Marmee is the mother, right? She's in charge of her home. Every time Aunt March comes into the house, if Marmee is not sitting in her chair, Aunt March sits in it. Every single time. And you'll see them constantly going back and forth. And Aunt March gets up and Marmee sits down. And Marmee gets up and Aunt March sits down. And it's this subtle power play that eventually they do have a bit of an argument, and still a loving
understanding.
At the end. At the end. It's those kinds of subtleties. Maybe nobody else but me would notice it.
So what were some of your favorite moments about the rehearsal process and just working on this production in general?
Oh, gosh, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Watching everyone grow. Watching everybody settle into their characters and finding the depth of character within themselves. I like to encourage my actors to actually come up with their own ideas as well.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's like, you know, and it's like, okay, let's try it. I'm always willing to try something, whether or not it works. It's like, let's try it. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll tell you so. If it does, we'll keep it. And that, to me, is a wonderful part of the creative process. I love watching it every time.
The collaborative nature of you guys, it's so deeply embedded within the essence of your theater company. And I think that's definitely due to Keith and Sherry Mervine, who founded it. It's just so unique. It's, even when you're the director, you're not the person that goes, you're doing this, this, and this. It's, give this a try.
Right.
What do you think here?
Right.
And I love it.
And I think it's
set
amazing,
up the framework. Right.
Since you don't have a permanent home, it always boggles my mind that just a few days before you open, you're creating a set.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, nobody's performed on this set so far. And all of a sudden, it's a whole new world.
And they're impressive, let me say.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, is that...
So
no, the sets are really, the sets
so
are really
detailed.
great.
Like, literally, you could just go up to every little piece of little magnifying glass and be like, new detail.
Yeah.
I'm always obsessed with the sets there.
Yeah, they're really good.
Well,
but how
thank you.
difficult is it to have your actors pretend to work in this set that at that time just exists in your head.
It can be challenging.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it isn't. And we block everything out in whatever space we're using. So people get used to basically where things are going to be. We will actually build our set the Sunday before we open.
That's insane.
Move
Wow.
everything in.
It's
We'll
just
build it that
insanity.
day.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Build, paint, bring in the furniture. The goal being to have it completely built that Sunday. Then my goal is to have the actors on the set that night. And then we have to kind of block a few things.
Mhm.
The next night we'll do what we call a tech-in. We will do all the sound and the light, and we'll get them used to that too. Each night they get progressively more used to
Oh
things
my
that they
gosh.
haven't had to deal with before.
Yeah.
Because we're not in our space, so we can't do lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we don't have the sound effects and everything else going during our rehearsals.
Yeah, but the
And so-
first night you're actually on the real set must be so exciting for your actors.
It is. We'll do our dress rehearsal on Wednesday,
Oh my goodness.
and then we'll open on Friday.
Cool.
And it's so much fun. So
And, yeah, Marmy and I will be there.
You're doomed now,
I
Lindsay.
will fight you.
You are so doomed.
Don't you
You
whisper
knew-
that to my kid. Don't do it.
Oh, I didn't,
Don't do-
I didn't even think of that.
Because you
You
tell that
put
to my
the-
kid one
You
time.
put
He'll be like,
the idea
hi,
in his head.
Marmy, and I'll be like,
You're doomed.
It is an unusual name, but
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to close this lovely interview out, what is it that you hope audience members take away from this production?
Oh, good question. Family, the enduring power of a family that truly loves each other.
That's wonderful.
how can people get tickets? Because it's only 2 weekends, so you have to get tickets right now.
Well, you can go to our website. We have tickets up for sale already.
Okay.
So ndctheater.org.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you can find us on Facebook, and you can follow the links. So New
And
Direction
follow them
Community
so you
Theater.
never miss
Yep.
a
Yes,
show.
please do.
Yeah.
You can like our page and follow us, and then you'll always know when we're doing plays, auditions, when we're
Mhm.
workshops. We're a small theater group,
Mhm.
but we're growing,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a lot of fun. We're
Yeah.
a small little family. It's funny because talk about somebody who's never been on stage before. I actually worked with a guy who had never done theater in his life, and he'd always wanted to try. And I ran into him one night getting some dinner somewhere, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, actually, I'm getting ready to have auditions for the first show I was ever directing.
Oh, wow.
It was 5 women wearing the same dress, and I'm getting ready to have auditions for the show. I'm going to try directing for the first time because I've always wanted to try." I was like, "You should come and try." So he auditioned for me, and I was like, "Yeah, this will work."
Wow.
So I gave him a role. He did a great job. He's done multiple shows with us.
Wow.
You never know until you try.
Yeah. And I will say, viewers, if you've never auditioned for anything and you think, oh, that's terrifying and blah, 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 this is the perfect theater company to start at.
Yeah.
And maybe stay at. Because you walk in and it's like walking into a room of friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really
You
is.
know?
Yeah.
It's got that vibe.
Right. You don't feel nervous. You don't feel like you're on the edge of your seat or you're being judged. You're
Mhm.
just going and having a lovely time with some friends.
Yeah.
Get online, get your tickets.
Pack their house.
Yep, Lindsay and I will be there helping to pack the house.
Yes,
And
please.
thank you so much for directing this
you.
fabulous show. Thank you for being here during a very, very busy and
Yeah.
maybe stressful time. 2 weeks out from the show.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I got to see part of a rehearsal, and it seemed like everybody
Yes.
was just meshing together so well. We wish you nothing but success.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Stay right there. We'll be right back to close out this episode. Okay. That interview? Oh my gosh. I am so excited.
I'm
for
so
that
excited. I
show.
might even read the book before I go see the show.
Okay, that's kind of a miracle, honestly, for you.
Well, it's
So,
pretty. I'm pretty
okay.
psyched. All New Direction shows are something to get psyched about.
They are. They have a very fresh perspective that's unique to their theater, and I just, oh my god.
May we
I
say
love
that
it.
they go in a new direction? It's true, they do.
You're proud
But
of that
wait
one,
till Lindsay. What about next week? Oh, people are gonna be so surprised.
We're not gonna spoil who the guest is next week. Is that what you were talking about?
Send me $3 in
Oh my
number
god!
10
No,
envelope.
no! Stop yourself! Stop yourself!
Okay, I won't say, but it's big. It's big, and you're gonna like it. And
It's gonna be great. So, as always, if you have an event that you think needs to be covered right here on the Arts Fam podcast, please reach out to us. Email us, Instagram, Facebook, comment down below.
We do all the socials.
All the things. I'm going to put them right here on the lovely screen. So make sure that you contact us any way that you can.
Yeah, and we'll try to cover it. We try to mix it up.
So help us keep it fresh.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's the end of this episode. As always, thank you so much, you beautiful human beings, for joining us on the Arts Fam Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye.